Hi, I am delighted to be joined today by Natasha Jones. Hi, Natasha, how are you?
Hi, Tamsin. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Excellent, I'm all right, thank you. I have just been spending the last 5 minutes admiring Natasha's beautiful chair. Natasha's come to talk to us today about the elements of well-being. Before she does, though, do you want to start off and introduce yourself?
Yes, certainly. My name is Natasha Jones. I've been an employment lawyer for 20 years. And during my time as a lawyer, I've worked alongside lots of people, lots of executives who have reached burnout. About 5 years ago, I began a journey personally where I became quite interested in well-being, and I started to work with clients as well as their legal issues. I started working with self-care plans. So that's me, Natasha.
Fantastic. And so we're going to run through some of the essential elements today. And I think you're going to start off talking to us about how important sleep is.
It is. So I think that many of us, when we perhaps reach our midlife years, feel that we're not getting the quality sleep and the quantity of sleep we should be. From a scientific point of view, our immune systems, they work really hard whilst we're sleeping. So in a world of COVID and immune systems, it's really important for your immune system to get good sleep. Insomnia is a horrible thing to have. And for somebody who, me, myself, until about 12 months ago, I was not a good sleeper. I've slept walk all my life. I've had disrupted sleep, and I had just accepted that's the way it was. But about 12 months ago, I began to challenge it. So I approached it like parents do with small children. So with small children, thought is put into their bedtime routine. And I had many years ago seen a sleep therapist, and she highlighted to me how technology is pretty destructive to our sleeping patterns. Now, the blue lights on our phones, on our tablets, are telling our brain it's time to wake up. So our brain is being stimulated. Watching TV, many people say, but it sends me to sleep. It just pauses your brain, it doesn't slow your brain down. So, for those of you who watch TV, fall asleep to the TV, but then wake about an hour earlier, wide awake, and can't get back to sleep, that's because the TV didn't wind your mind down. It just simply paused it. So, where the TV, you're not paying attention to the TV, the mind starts up again. So, looking at evening routines, most smartphones have an aeroplane mode. So if you work backwards and say, in theory, what time would you like to wake up tomorrow? Work back 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours. Personally, for me, I am very grateful to get 6 hours good and undisrupted sleep. So I only aim to get 6 hours. So work backwards, 8, 7, 6, and then you will have a time that you wish to be asleep. I aim to be asleep at 10 p.m. every night. So I put my phone on aeroplane mode, PM, automatically my phone goes into do not disturb and aeroplane mode. That means that people can't message me. I won't be tempted when I hear a bleep to pick up my phone, and I don't look at anything on my phone. So first of all, remove technology the last hour that you are wanting to wind down for bedtime. And then spend the next hour doing something that relaxes you. So some people exercise, some people do yoga. I have a good hot soak in the bath and read a book. You might want to do some housework, whatever works for you, but it must not involve technology. So if you establish a consistent routine where you're winding down for bedtime, you're getting into bed at the same time, and you start to fall asleep at the same time, the body responds really well. Circadian rhythms, the hint is there, the description of it. We operate in circadian rhythms. That's that's a rhythmic, that's a routine, that's a consistency. So that's bedtime. Fast forward to when you've had your good night's sleep and waking up. Again, it's important to set an alarm consistently at the same time. I challenge you, your alarm for tomorrow, set it 25 minutes earlier. And think about the first 30, 40, 60 minutes after waking. Because if the first thing you do upon waking when you're groggy, and let's face it, your mind could have been visiting all sorts of places during the night in dreams or nightmares, then it's like a precious seedling. So if the first thing you do as you come round is reach for your smartphone and start scrolling social media, seeing what everybody else has been up to, the blue light interferes with your body. So I would advocate you do not look at your screen, social media, start reading messages for at least the 30 minutes after waking, even better, 1 hour. So if you're rolling out of bed, get yourself up as soon as the alarm goes off, don't hang around. Then you've got some free time. I've just asked you to set the alarm 25 minutes earlier. Put your trainers on, some joggers, a hoodie, go outside for a 20-minute walk, get some fresh air in your lungs, breathe and start the day. Now, depending what time 25 minutes earlier is for you, the hours of twilight, the light comes through about half an hour before sunrise, is really, really special. So see tomorrow morning, if you can go outside, see what I'm talking about, breathe some fresh air in your lungs. If you don't fancy going outside and having a walk for 20 minutes, then quietly making yourself, might be a tea, might be a coffee, easing into the day slowly. You might stand in the shower for half an hour, but give yourself 30 minutes to ease into the day. And I assure you, if you begin the day calmly, there's a very good chance it will continue in that way. Rush out of bed, running late, looking at a message that alarms you, you set the tone of your day. The choice is yours.
Yeah, that
Makes
sounds,
sense?
that sounds good advice. In terms of the amount of sleep that people need, now you've said 6 hours is your time, which has you getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, which sounds terribly early to me. Is there a set amount of time that you should have in terms of sleep?
There's been quite a lot of research which says it varies between person to person. I actually can feel far worse from having too much sleep. So if I get more than 8 hours sleep, I tend to feel quite groggy all day, and then I don't fall asleep easily the following evening. So I don't know if you all remember as teenagers or students, if you ever lay in bed until lunchtime on a Sunday, you could not sleep on Sunday night. So you've just commented on my own bedtime routine. I aim to be asleep at 10. In reality, what I'm aiming for is 10:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30. No, so I aim for 7 hours sleep. So I naturally wake between 5 and 5:30. But for years, I used to beat myself up and think, what am I doing? I'm awake. What am I doing? I need more sleep. And I would begin to be anxious. So I said to myself, well, if I naturally wake at 5 o'clock, just accept it. Stop trying to change that. So I'm aiming to be asleep by about 10:30. I set myself 10 because then I don't look at the clock and think I'm late. Oh no, I'm not asleep, because the sort of mind that I have, if I think I should be asleep and I'm not, I will then wake myself up, and then 3 hours later I will still be glancing at the clock. So what I'm trying to do is create the anxiety about falling asleep, and also the anxiety about waking up, really. So some people say they have to have 10 hours sleep. Some people say they have to have 9. Try it. Try a week of waking at 5. Try a week of waking at 6, and see which week you felt best. Get to know your own body. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's good advice. Okay, so where are we going from sleep?
So If you are getting quality sleep, and you're starting the day calmly, then your whole approach to the entire day will be different. Now, what I have observed is that what you put into your body reflects what you get out of your body. So I've met lots of male executives who are really stuck in life and are really fed up and not performing at work. And when I've asked them what they're eating, they are eating absolute utter rubbish. So the World Health Organization, I think it was in 2003, set out a pledge of everybody getting 5 a day. So the very basics, we say it to children, and we probably give our children 5 a day. The very basics of having 5 pieces of fruit or vegetable a day is the starter. The more junk food you put into the body, the more rubbish you'll feel. It's just the way it is. So if you begin to try to put more nutritious food into your body, more fresh vegetables, again, get to know your body. See as to when you eat that, you feel great. When you eat that, you don't feel so good. I personally have found that eating a lot more vegetables, I cook more veggie curries now, more veggie chilies. I seem to get more energy. The more vegetables I have, the more energy I have. And talking to other people who've been on this journey, that seems to be quite consistent.
Okay, that sounds like good advice. And you wanted to talk about water.
Yes. So if you take nothing else from today, if you are not drinking 2 litres of pure still water a day, please do it. That feeling of feeling groggy, headaches, lack of energy, I promise you, so much of that is linked to dehydration. I've had excuses that you will not believe. I don't like the taste of water. I have to put Barocca in it. I only like fizzy water. If there's an excuse out there to avoid drinking 2 litres of water, I have heard it. So I'm not suggesting that you enjoy drinking 2 litres of water, but if you most people have got sports bottles these days, or you measure out how many, your standard water glass, how many glasses equate to 2 litres. I personally, the challenge I set myself is I'm not allowed a coffee until I've drunk a litre of water. So if I fancy a coffee, I think, have I drunk my water? Oops, no. And then I top up basically. So however you entice yourself, I promise you, if you consistently drink 2 litres of water a day, within 5 or 6 days, you will start to notice a difference.
Does it need to be done spread across the day, or can you literally stand by the sink and drink your 2 litres of water and then go, right, that's me done?
I would say if a person wishes to down 2 litres of water and get it over and done with, that's got to be better than a day where only tea, coffee, fizzy drinks are drunk. So I have tried the people in the self-care program, I have tried to say, get yourself one of those water bottles, which shows you, I've got one just here actually. So this is a great bottle. It's just it's a litre, and it has morning and afternoon. So for each hour, the water comes down, so it starts off this, you come down after, so you've got an aim every hour. So if it's on your desk in front of you, then you're getting through. By lunchtime, you refill it, and you do the same in the afternoon. But I would say ultimately drinking the water is more important than how you do it.
However you do it. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today, Natasha. We're going to record a podcast with Natasha very soon, where you can find out lots more about the self-care program. Do you want to just let everybody know how to get in touch with you?
Yes, I have a website, which is www.effectivelaw.co.uk. Feel free to contact me on that, or my email address is natasha@effectivelaw.co.uk. If you get in touch, I can give you links to a Facebook group that I run, which is a confidential community where we share self-care tips, and I also have an Instagram account. So please do drop me an email, natasha@effectivelaw.co.uk.
That's
And I'm
fantastic.
on LinkedIn. I post a lot on LinkedIn, by the way. So probably a few times a week, I'm always putting little posts up about self-care on LinkedIn as well.
Brilliant. That's lovely. Thank you for joining me.
My pleasure. Thank you, Tamsin.